It is like cage, and cage is for animals, not for human. That was my expectations from the British, to put me in that cage.
Feeling betrayed by the British Army, his previous employer, Hafiz recounts his experience of coming to the West, trying to seek asylum. In Afghanistan, he worked as a frontline interpreter for British forces. But following their withdrawal in 2014, he was left alone, facing death threats from the Taliban.
They will definitely kill me because they was chasing me, and I was hiding myself. Even they damaged my family. They did hostage my father.
Desperate to leave, he decided to head for Europe. Paying $15,000, he was smuggled to Austria, where he was forced to claim asylum. After spending nearly a year in an immigration centre, he decided to make his way to the UK, where he was detained. He was there for nearly 2 months until being served with a deportation order.
The letter did say, yeah, you guys have to go back to Austria, and you have fingerprint in Austria, and your cases has been refused in these countries.
His case was refused under the Dublin Convention, a piece of EU law allowing member states to send asylum seekers back to the country where they first lodged their claim for asylum. We wrote to the Home Office, but they said they don't comment on individual cases. Hafiz is not the only person to find himself in this situation. In May this year, a fellow interpreter hanged himself after being served with a similar notice. Others who are still in Afghanistan describe the continued ordeal they suffer.
When the sun sets in my part of the province, I get anxious that someone will attack me because they already know my name and that I worked as an interpreter. I worry that someone will come to my house at night.
This is Wahid. He worked with the US forces, taking part in some of the most critical missions. But in 2012, the base he was working in was handed over to the Afghan army. He was out of work. He had applied under the US relocation scheme to move to the US, only to find he was blacklisted. He says he doesn't know the reasons until this day. Now he's unable to work, but even staying alive is not easy.
When they call, they say, "Why were you working with them? If we catch you anywhere, anytime, we will kill you. This is your last chance. We will kill you."
Seen as traitors by their fellow Afghans, rejected by the Allied forces and facing a dangerous and uncertain future, these men, once seen as vital to the international mission in Afghanistan, are now left to the mercy of the people they were once fighting against.
I wish I knew that I would be facing such dangers and threats, as I wouldn't have gone along with it. I wouldn't have joined them if I knew they would betray me and many other interpreters in this way.
Sana Safi, BBC News.